My friends are my power. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
What up, nerds? How's it going? Welcome back to Nerd Explosion, the weekly podcast where based on a monthly theme, we nerd out about whatever we want. I'm Cameron.
And a pimp is in the trenches.
It's fucking, excuse me?
Yep, you heard me.
Okay, then. How was your day?
It was long.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't know why I work on Wednesdays, because I don't do anything on
Even
Wednesdays.
though you asked to work on Wednesdays?
Well, yeah, but I thought it would be busier
Like,
than it
literally,
is.
you asked to work on Wednesdays. Now you're like, oh, why do I even work Wednesdays? Like, motherfucker, you asked.
Yeah, but it's not as busy as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah. I suppose. I mean, hey, it's extra hours. At least you're still making money either way.
I mean, I guess.
More small talk before we get into the crux of the episode. Did you hear, Teelan? The dire wolf is back?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't remember if I brought it up to you, but yeah, for people in the podcast or people listening to this that don't know, they brought the dire wolf back. Basically, from what I understand, they took DNA from a gray wolf and like genetically modified it to match what would be dire wolf DNA and created 3 pups, I believe.
Yeah.
Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. And basically, Khaleesi is the female dire wolf, which will determine, the future of the species. And of course, a lot of people are like supportive of it. They're like, "Oh, that's so cool," and there are other people that are like, "Stop while you're ahead." They're like that one person in Jurassic Park. I don't remember the person who said this thing. It might have been Dr. Malcolm, but they're like, they're more concerned about whether they can. They didn't stop to think whether they should. And a lot of people are like, I saw this thing. It's like, do you think we should de-extinct animals? And I'm like, yeah, but with caution. I mean, I'm on board with it. I'm all for de-extincting animals, but like to a point. Like, obviously be careful about it. Because we literally have a whole franchise of movies.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we don't want a Jurassic Park situation.
As soon as they're like, oh, they'll be like, oh, we brought back the dire wolf. All right, cool. We brought back the dodo bird. All right, cool. Now I think next we're going to do dinosaurs. Whoa, wait.
But hold the fucking phone.
We literally have a whole series of movies on why that is a horrible idea. Anyway, dinosaurs and dire wolves have nothing to do with what we wanted to talk about this episode, because this month we are doing tier lists. Quick edit there, because I guess my mouse decided to not work and it like completely freaked out. I had switched over to whatever, like the tier list I had, and it just completely froze. But anyway, the tier list we are doing today is something that is both mine and your level of expertise. Today, we are doing a tier list of Undertale and Deltarune characters.
Yes.
Before we get started with that, new episodes of this podcast come out every Saturday. Check all the socials and whatnot. The link will be in the description, as always, unless you haven't been paying attention. But with that, let's get started with this tier list, shall we? Starting with the first one on this list, the annoying dog.
S-tier.
AKA Toby Fox, I guess, because it's supposed to be the representation of Toby Fox. Sorry, I had a weird throat thing there, but yeah, I'm willing to put it at S tier. Come on.
You're carrying too many dogs.
Oh, I thought for a second you were going to be like, the computer's struggling.
Well, that too, but
yeah,
you're
no, my
carrying too
computer's
many dogs.
struggling right now. The power of this Undertale tier list is too much for it. All right, next in this, we have Frisk.
S tier. Frisk is bestest boy.
I will say, yeah, I'll put them at S tier mainly because it's like with Frisk, they're gender neutral and, considering they're just an innocent bystander, really, and all this. So, like, when you think about it for
Literally,
Undertale,
they fell down a hole and now all of a sudden they have to save
they
an
fell
entire...
down a hole. All of a sudden, they have to fight a bunch of monsters and break a barrier and, like, save all these monsters. And, like, bro, I just got here.
Right.
Like I'm just a they them.
Like Frisk is gender neutral or like non-binary, but I have a feeling Frisk often uses the phrase "I'm just a girl."
I'm just a they.
I'm just a girl.
Next,
Yo soy solo una niña.
Flowey.
Ooh.
Where would you be
so
willing
here's
to
the
put
thing.
Flowey?
Here's my issue. I want to put Flowey at S tier because as far as villains go, they're fucking chef's kiss. But also Flowey's a dick, so I can't put them at S tier. So I guess A tier.
A tier. I mean, I would put Flowey at S tier mainly because like they're the biggest driving point behind, pretty much everything in Undertale.
Yeah, but they're a villain. Yeah, S tier. I just want a blanket statement. Don't be surprised if all my Undertale characters end up in S tier. Because I love them all so much.
All right, next one, Toriel.
Go, Mom.
Hugs for Don't Mom. Hey, no yawning. This is a yawn-free podcast.
I'd put Toriel at A tier, honestly.
A tier?
Yeah.
Why A tier?
She's a little too overprotective. She just needed to trust Frisk to do the right thing.
Oh, speaking of overprotective, there's a fan game that I found called Horror Tale that kind of plays into Toriel being overprotective.
Mm.
And I think the part of it I keep seeing is Toriel obviously is gone crazy because she's the only one left in the ruins. And as soon as like your character shows up, she's all like wanting to be super protective, and eventually you get out of the ruins. But then she tries to stop you at the door, and she says something like, "Just promise me you won't like kill anybody or whatever." And if you don't make that promise, then she's like, "It's okay, I understand." Goes away, comes back in the frame, and kills you with the fireball.
I mean, as she should.
She should. All right, next. I have a feeling I know where you're going to put this one. Napstablook.
Oh, Napstablook. S tier.
S tier. Is that because you love the character, or is that because you have him tattooed on your arm?
Well, I have him tattooed on my arm because I love him.
I would also put it at S tier because I also want Napstablook tattooed on my arm. And also, Napstablook is me.
Also, yeah, Napstablook is my spirit animal. I aspire to be Napstablook.
I too like to lay on the
ghost.
floor and feel like garbage.
After a great meal.
After a great meal. Next. Sans. Sans Undertale himself.
S tier. S tier. It's not even a fucking question.
Steve. You know what's annoying about this tier list that I'm doing? Because I have to scroll down.
All our characters are going to be S tier?
Well, then, and like for these characters, I had to click on the character, put it in like a tier I don't want it, then scroll up and then move it again.
Oh, that's kind of annoying.
Like for Papyrus, I would have to put it up at C, scroll up, and then this. But yeah, Sans is definitely S tier. S for Sans.
Yes.
And also because
Sans
is like,
boy.
Sans knows everything that's going on, and he's probably the most powerful character in Undertale, more than Flowey or and Kyrie. I almost said Kyrie. I'm like, wait, that's Kingdom Hearts. Kara, and just more powerful than pretty much anybody. And the fact that he's holding back the entire time, like he's ultra powerful. Like he has the power to just end you like in an instant, but he holds back the entire time. One, because he's lazy.
When he says that if you would have killed Toriel, you would have been dead where you stood, he fucking meant that shit.
No, it's because Toriel told Sans to treat, to take care of the next human that comes by, and Sans is just like, if I didn't make that promise, you'd be dead where you stand.
Yeah.
So it's all because of Toriel that you're still alive.
We love Sans. Sans is best skelly boy.
Next one, the other best skelly boy, Papyrus.
S tier.
We're gonna put all these at S tier, aren't we?
I told you, don't be surprised if all my Undertale peoples end up in S tier.
No, Papyrus is definitely S tier for me too, because he's just a guy. He's just a little guy. He's trying his best. I almost kind of want a Papyrus tattoo.
I do too. I want to get both of their heads. Maybe right under. Maybe I'll just have a line of my favorite Undertale characters.
You're just
right
gonna
now.
have your whole forearm just Undertale characters.
Yeah, I got Napstablook up here in the corner, and then I can put Sans and Papyrus and Frisk.
You might as well, because on the other side of that is, you have your Zelda fairies.
Yeah.
So you might as well do Undertale under there.
Ha! Undertale. Under.
Go home.
I am home.
Go to another home. Whichever home is not this one, go home.
Whichever home is not this one. But yeah, I was kind of toying with the idea of getting more Undertale characters. Sans and Papyrus for sure. I don't know who else I would do, though. Maybe the annoying dog.
I don't know. Maybe you'll get some inspiration as we go through this list.
Maybe.
Next on this list, now, the thing about this list, if it'll let me scroll, is that it doesn't just include, like, the main characters. It includes some, like, random characters, too. Like, this next one is the... I don't know if it has a name, but it's the... I'd call it the shifty-eyed dog.
Hold on.
The don't move dog. But it's the dog you come across where, like, you first learn about the blue attacks or whatever, and it's just like, did somebody move? It's looking around for you like, if somebody's out there, they better not move. And then you don't move, and then you go to pet it, and it's just like, pet, pat, pit, pat, pat, pit, pat. Probably one of my favorite characters you come across. I'm willing to put it at A tier. You're hardcore set on trying to find the name of this thing.
So that one is Doggo.
Oh, are they all Doggo?
No, there's Doggo, Lesser Dog, Greater Dog, Dogamy, Dogressa, Dog Boat.
So Doggo is the one that's just like, did something move?
Yeah, Doggo is the one that can't see moving things.
I got pet by something that didn't move.
That don't move.
Pet by something that didn't move. I'm gonna need some treats for this. And I love with this dog, like, you go to ring the bell and it's standing and it just pops up, looks around, and then comes back down. A tier for me.
Yeah, I love Doggo.
Next on this list, the Nice Cream guy.
Hey, party dude.
Hey, party dude.
He'd B tier.
Yeah, I'm willing to put a B tier. Because I don't have a very emotional attachment to this character.
Right.
And literally he just pops up to give you some healing items, and that's about it. Next one, these are two separate ones, but I'm gonna put them together. Dogressa and Dogamy.
Dogamy and Dogressa.
Dogressa. They're two separate ones, but I'm gonna put them together.
I'd say B tier.
B tier for those?
Yeah.
Identify your smell.
If you're a smell, identify your smell. Because they're punny is why they're not in C tier. Because I just feel like that battle was not as hard as it could have been.
Next one is, I believe this is Lesser Dog. The one where
Lesser Dog is the bigger one.
Well, what's the one where if you keep petting it, its neck just grows and grows and grows?
That's Lesser Dog.
Oh yeah, then Lesser Dog is this.
Lesser Dog is A tier.
A tier for me, especially because I love the fact that, like, in the acting of it, if you keep petting it, his neck just basically infinitely grows. Until the game is just like, all right, calm down.
Yeah.
The game is just like, all right, enough.
The game becomes self-aware enough to be like, you need to stop.
Keeping with the doggos, the next one is Lesser Dog, the one with the spear.
Also A tier.
A tier.
Because I like that he's tiny, but he's in this
armor. Giant, like, suit of armor.
He's doing his best. He's just a little guy.
Oh, dear God. Next one in this, Jerry.
F
tier for fuck Jerry.
Poor Jerry. He never did nothing to
You,
nobody.
rarely get to experience him, but he's just the most unnecessary, annoying character in this because he has way too much health, first off, and the main way of dealing with him is either killing him or just ignoring him, especially if you're doing a pacifist run.
You gotta ditch Jerry.
I'm gonna skip this one because, like, there's some of these I'm gonna skip because I'm like, what can I really say about it? Next one is a don't know the name, but it's the shopkeeper from Snowden.
Oh. I'd say B tier, because at first she kind of
B-
comes off as a bitch.
B tier for big titty bunny lady.
Yeah.
She's so nice, and I especially just like the shop theme. You know, when you are buying stuff from her, just it's kind of a slower version of Snowden Town, I guess.
I forgot that Jerry looks like a UFO.
Fuck Jerry.
I was like, what's down there? Oh yeah, that's Jerry.
Next, Monster Kid.
Monster Kid is A tier.
Monster Kid definitely A tier because he's just
Kid needs to stay out of trouble.
He's just oblivious to everything.
And he ain't got no arms.
He's like, hey guys, what's going on? Whoa, Undyne is about to fight somebody? I wonder who. Literally, Undyne is pointing a spear at you. And Monster Kid is just like, wait a second. And then Undyne just grabs Monster Kid by the ear and is like, hey, you're not going to tell my parents, are you?
Yeah, Monster Kid just gets into too much trouble for their own good.
And the fact that when they take off running, they trip and faceplant. Oh my god, Monster
gold.
Kid. Ooh. Okay, next one. Mad Mew Mew. Now, for those that don't know, Mad Mew Mew is actually a
Switch
character.
exclusive.
Yeah, it's actually a Switch exclusive character that is obviously for the Nintendo Switch version of Undertale. And basically the whole boss fight with that. Now, it's supposed to be taken over by the Mad Dummy, who took over one of Elphys's little like dolls or whatever, anime dolls. And basically, the boss fight incorporates the actual like Joy-Con colors too. Like you have the switch between like red and blue and stuff. That I'll put at a C tier because I never actually experienced it myself. But I do love the fact that it's literally the Mad Dummy just trying to fight you again for like the second time in the game. Next on this list, Undyne.
S
tier.
Undyne is one of my favorites, probably.
She's our favorite warrior princess. Moving on, rapid firing. Shiren.
B.
B. Well, I'm willing to put Shiren at a B too. Also mainly because I really liked the fight with them, like especially if you do the full act with them, because you can hum and they'll hum along with you, and you both do like a melody, and each thing the dialogue will be like, oh, you know, you perform more and more, and then it gets to a thing where you're like big stars, and they're like, but the pressure, the fans, it's all becoming too much.
Yeah.
And then you end the fight with like you and Shiren sing one last farewell melody, and I don't know. That I really liked.
Like the storytelling in a really simple game. I think that's what makes it one of my favorites of all time.
Exactly. Next, Onion-san.
D.
Whoa. I was not expecting you to say D for Onion-san.
I have some strong opinions on Onion-san.
Why?
Because like what do you do? What is the actual purpose
Stupid
of you?
evolved prick. What do you even do?
Like, why are you here? What is the purpose of you?
He's Onion-san. Onion-san, you hear?
You contribute nothing to my quest. Shit pisses me off.
I'm just loving the visual of you in front of Onion-san, and you're just like, what do you even do? And Onion-san with that smile on his face just slowly lowering back into the water.
Like, I didn't fucking ask about the aquarium. I'm trying to do stuff.
I didn't fucking ask about the aquarium. Alright, next on this list, the Mad Dummy.
I want to put the dummy at C tier, but I'm going to put it at B tier because comedically, he's amusing.
Comedically? You know what? I would put that too, mainly because the Mad Dummy is just like... it's just a really entertaining fight. Like, he's trying to stick other dummies on you, and then, like, the dummies fail because they're hitting him, and he uses robot dummies. He's like, what? You're worse? And then, they all get distorted, and he's like, I don't need dummies. I have knives. Misses. I'm
out of knives.
Out of knives.
It's just, like, it's so chaotically unprepared. It's hilarious.
Next one.
It makes me giggle.
Next one on this list. Dearson, or basically the turtle guy.
A tier.
A tier. You like Garrison
I love Garrison.
more than the shop lady from Snowden?
Yes. Because he's such a sassy fucking asshole.
I always imagine his voice like, we should do another playthrough on YouTube, Midwest Traces, if you want to check it out. We should do another Undertale playthrough, mainly because I want to do a Gearson voice again.
You do voices?
Because for me, Gearson sounds like he's like, "Well, hey there, young sport."
Yeah, he sounds like an old West prospector.
Like he literally has, "There's gold in them there hills."
Yeah. And he's got like one eye kind of half open and he's just looking at you.
He's like, "Well, hey, Shitty, I've been around for 50 years.
Why do I call him old King Fluffy Buns? I don't remember.
All right,
What the fuck?
Next on this, the river person, I believe is her name.
Oh, S tier.
S tier?
I love the river person.
Please explain why S tier.
Tra-la-la.
Elaborate. Expound.
Tra-la-la. I should have worn a million more pairs of pants today. Like, just the shit
They just say random shit,
is
and
so
also
nonsensical and whimsical.
They're probably the most convenient thing in this game.
And I love that they start every single sentence with tra-la-la.
And also their boat randomly, like whenever you go, it'll randomly turn into a dog.
Yes. I love the river person.
Next on here, Temmie.
S tier.
S tier for Temmie.
S tier for Temmie.
Hoi, I'm Tem.
Hoi, I'm Tem. This is my friend Tem.
Hoi, I'm Tem. This is my friend Tem. Hoi, I'm Tem. Don't forget about my friend.
Hi, I'm Bob.
Hey, I'm Bob.
Which is funny. What was the allergic one? What was the one with allergies? Tem also allergic to Tem. And it starts puffing up, and then you talk to Tem again. It's just hives. Mushroom dance. Whatever could it mean? It means you lived a life of sin.
It means you live. What will I ever escape my hyphy?
Now, I guess they separated it here. First, we had Undyne, which we put an S tier, and now we have Undyne the Undying. So basically, what Undyne becomes in the genocide route when she's trying to kill you. Me, I'm definitely going to put an S tier.
Yeah.
Mainly because I love the actual thing behind, Undyne becoming that powerful. She's drawing on all, like, the hearts and, like, the souls of all the monsters. Like, everybody wanted to survive. She's drawn on that power and, the power of her friends to take you out.
For those who don't know the Undertale lore, monsters, when they die, their souls don't persist. So they die and they turn to dust immediately. So the fact that she was like, no, I can't go, I have to win, and like persisted after death.
She draws on the power of determination.
Yeah, is what makes her character so incredible.
Like, she's just like, she draws on the power of her friends, basically, to be like, hey.
To be like, actually,
because
fuck you.
In the genocide route, you are such a threat to all the monsters that she's doing everything she can to kill you, basically.
Which is why I will never do a genocide run, because I cannot kill all my bestest friends. I'll just play the pacifist run over and over and over again. I am on a secret mission, though, to do my pacifist run enough that I get different dialogue options.
Yeah. And also try to experience all the random stuff, because there's the thing with the Undertale, there's the fun events, which basically, there'd be a random thing in the data every time you start a save file that would cause certain things to happen. So some playthroughs could be the same, but other playthroughs, could be something different.
Like sometimes, like in one of my playthroughs, fucking Alphys called me right after I left the ruins and tried to order a pizza and then hung up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the random things that can happen. Or there's one random thing that can happen, and I don't see them in this. Oh, actually, they are in this list, so I'll explain them when we get to it. Anyway, the next two characters, but they're two separate ones, but I'll put them together. Royal Guards 1 and 2.
B tier.
B tier?
Yeah.
Because they don't provide much. I love their bro mentality, and I also love the fact that, you know, in the pacifist run, basically the way you defeat them is have the one confess his love for the other. And also, you know, while I'm on that subject, can we talk about the LGBT representations game?
We have non-binary characters.
Non-binary characters. We have
a lesbian couple.
Undead
we have
and
a
Elphys,
gay
and
couple.
then we have, you know, Royal Guard 1 and 2. I don't know. Is it confirmed that they're male?
Yeah.
Are they male?
Mm-hmm.
Just two bros chilling together because they are gay.
Eating ice cream because they're super gay.
Two bros chilling in a hot tub, not 5 feet apart because they are gay.
Good one, babe.
All right, next, Elphys.
So I have some opinions on Alphys.
Oh yeah, expound.
I'm gonna put Alphys at B tier.
Ooh, why B tier?
Because I feel like a lot of this could have been avoided if she was just like, hey, so this didn't actually work. My bad, pimp.
Yeah, honestly,
Instead
like
of
with the
just
whole
like going
core and everything, like if she was just honest from the get-go, like I get her character, like why she wasn't honest because she's, you know, a nervous wreck. But honestly, if it wasn't for that, a lot of shit in Undertale could have been avoided.
Right, and they could have. I mean, she ended up getting fired as the royal scientist anyway. But like,
Was she fired? Was it ever from that she was fired, or was she actually? Is she actually still the royal scientist and just doesn't seem to be doing a lot of scientisty stuff?
well, from the conversation with Bratty and Caddy, they made it seem like she was fired. But I feel like if she was just like, hey, so I thought this would work, and in theory it does, but we just like, it doesn't work the way I thought it would, or it's not going to work the way we needed to, nobody would have been mad. They would have been bummed, but like, and then we wouldn't have all these dumbass amalgamations.
Yeah, with the amalgamations, if she just went up to Surfs and be like, hey, so, your mom is now a pile of goo. Sorry.
Sorry.
My bad, pimp.
My bad, pimp.
Next on this list, Metaton. More specifically, the robot version of Metaton.
The robot version of Metaton, A tier.
Like the first form Metaton.
A tier.
And this isn't even my final form. Yeah, because I love he's just like so adamant about killing humans, but it's also kind of a doof at it.
Well, because he doesn't actually want to. He doesn't actually care.
And I love just the sarcasm Metaton has, knowing that Elphys is setting everything up. And he's just like you go
Oh no.
to like,
Foiled again by the incredible, brilliant Dr.
you've defeated
Alphys.
me, whatever.
Whatever.
Next on this list, another situational character. So Sorry.
I don't know that one.
So this character only shows up in Undertale on a certain day at a certain time. I think October 3rd. Like if your system says October 3rd and you're playing at like 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. and you're in a certain spot in Hotlands, this character shows up. But it's just this character that like they do not want to kill you at all. Like they have no intention to kill you, and instead they want to draw for you. But they accidentally attack you with like what they'll do. They'll like reach into their bag for something, and their attack is their tail accidentally trying to get you.
Oh no.
Well, at the same time, like in another version of it, their tail is waggling, and also like they're throwing crumpled up pieces of paper out, which are the attacks you're trying to avoid. And another one of the attacks, they try to draw a picture for you, but the picture comes to life and just attacks you, and they're just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Like they're not trying to attack you, but they end up attacking you completely on accident because they're so like anxious and just bumbling.
That's so funny.
But I'll put it at C tier because Like I said, unless you're playing on a specific day at a specific time, you're never going to see this character.
Aurora Borealis. At
This time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
Can I see it?
No.
Seymour, the house is on fire. No, Mother,
No,
that's just
no.
that's just Northern Lights.
No, Mother, this is the Northern Lights.
All right, next on this list, Muffet.
Oh, I love Moffat. B.
B?
Yeah.
It's bound.
I mean, the potential for her to be an even better boss is there if she wasn't so like, well, so
No, she is a good
the
boss.
battle is hard. The problem is that if you go with the spider donut or the spider cider, you don't even fight her, and she's just like, oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
it's impossible. It's possible to skip her fight entirely.
Which I mean is good, I suppose, but
Next two characters, and another one I'm gonna group together. Bratty and Tatty.
I'll say C.
C tier for them?
Yeah, I mean they add a little bit of lore about Alphys.
Yeah, literally they add a lot of backstory about Alphys, the royal scientist and stuff, and also another character, Burger Pants.
Burger Pants. Poor Burger Pants. They do him so dirty. That's not even true. He does himself dirty. They just
I'm willing to agree with C tier, mainly because I feel like if they were like actual character, like real life people, they would be annoying as shit.
yeah.
Speaking of Burger Pants, that's the next one on this list. Burger Pants.
Burger Pants is fucking A tier. Burger Pants is so goddamn funny.
Yeah, I will put him at A tier too, because it's just like he's just like he goes through so many different emotions and facial and like faces and stuff. It's just
And he acts like he's wasted his entire life. He's literally 19.
like he's literally a teenager.
Like barely an adult.
Next we have Metalton. That's funny because he's a robot. Metalton in his true form.
Metaton X.
Basically where he has arms and legs and stuff, and he looks like
S-tier.
he's serving cunt, as we would say. S tier, you say?
S tier.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because just like he's just like it's basically he's like he went from this square little robot to just fucking RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what
he-
happened to him.
Work.
He's sashayed. Yas Tween Slay.
He did in fact slay.
Next on this list, Mettaton EX. So this is the version of Mettaton that pops up in the genocide route when he tries to stop you. D tier.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, yes, he is the same Mettaton, but in the context of this, in Mettaton EX, in the genocide route, taken out with one hit. Like, there's barely a fight with him. He's taken out in one hit.
Which is funny because in a pacifist run, he is like infinite health. He's
Yeah.
like, you can't hurt me. I'm a fucking metal box.
You can't hurt me. I'm literally a metal box. Widowy, I'm a metal box. Next on this list, Asgore.
So I have a hot take about Asgore too.
Yeah.
I was looking at Mettaton EX because I couldn't remember what he looked like. And I can't see from this angle. I want to put him at A tier. But he's also kind of a bitch. So, because he's a puss-ass bitch, I'm going to say B tier.
Yeah, I'm willing to put him at that. Mainly because...
Like my brother in Christ.
And also, the whole thing with, like, the lore of it, like, why monsters couldn't leave the underground with the barrier, is because of him. Is because he's kind of a bitch.
Literally. I mean, I understand, like, losing a child. I don't understand losing a child. Well, that's a conversation for a different day. But I understand his way of thinking that, like, if we go underground and we put a barrier here, that we won't lose ourselves to the humans. But, like, also... There could have been, I mean, there's just like, there could have been.
Well, isn't it like Toriel said, like he could have taken one soul and, crossed the barrier, but instead it was, basically keeping hostage like 6 souls.
Also, how the fuck are you gonna be not able to cross a barrier that you put in place? Talk about some whack ass magic.
Right?
Be like, oh yeah, I put this barrier here to protect us all. Oh, just kidding. Now we can't ever leave.
Yeah, like literally the monster's gonna cross the barrier and he chose not to.
Because he's a bitch.
He's a bitch. Ooh. Okay, next on this list we have Photoshop Flowey.
Which one is Photoshop Flowey?
When you actually fight him.
Oh,
he has the
fuck that guy.
Real lips and everything. I'm willing to put Photoshop Flowey to S tier, mainly because just the intensity of this boss fight, the different phases it goes through, the fact that in the halfway point, the souls of the other humans help you out.
Yeah, it is a fun fight, but like also fuck Flowey and everything he stands for,
and also
the
at
horse
that point,
he rode in on.
At that point, Flowey kind of breaks the fourth wall and also uses the power of saving and loading to try to fight you
And myrtle you over and over again.
And I also love that if you die to Photoshop Flowey, he messes with the usual game over screen. Because usually when you get a game over, you hear a voice that's probably Asdor being like, whatever you named yourself, like you're the future of monsters, stay determined or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you die to Photoshop Flowey, the game over thing pops up and it says, "This is all just a bad dream." And then Flowey says, "And you're never gonna wake up." Mm-hmm. Glitches out the screen, talks shit to you, and then you're back in the fight again.
Talk shit to you.
All right, next on this list, I don't know if I want to do these individually. I might do one of these individually, but next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the amalgamations.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Bro, fuck the amalgamations. D.
Okay, I'm willing to say D for most of them, except for, I think the community refers to this one as Snowy.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one you come across where the music is all just like messed up and kind of creepy.
And she says I'm cold.
Yeah, and she says like it's so cold or whatever. I'm willing to put that up at B tier just because I feel so bad for it. Especially, I forget the name of the video, and I'll put it in the description of this episode if I find it. But it's this fan animation of like this female snowdrake that's in Alphys's lab and basically agreed to be one of the experiments that Alphys was doing. Mm-hmm. And Alphys just like, all right, I'm going to go get some, I'll check back to you in a little bit. And as soon as she leaves, it shows the female snowdrake just kind of starting to turn or whatever and melt. And then basically turning into Snowy. And I just like the idea of like this monster that was like just a normal monster, probably a mother to another monster or whatever, just getting morphed into this abomination.
Yeah.
So I'm putting the Snowy amalgamation at B because I feel so bad for it. Like it wants to live, but also like wants to die. All right, next on here, Azrael.
Oh, Azrael.
Well, or should we start with? Okay, so there's 3 different Azraels here. There's little goat guy Azrael. There's Azrael Dreamer. And then there's, like, the big winged Azrael.
So I think Azrael Dreamer and the big winged Azrael are A tier. Little baby Azrael is S tier.
It's bound.
Because he was grieving. The whole reason he's doing this, and when he's in Flowey, is because he's soulless. But the whole reason that he's doing this is because he's grieving. He lost his sibling and he doesn't know how to handle it. And then not only that, he died trying to fulfill his sibling's last wish.
That is true, yeah. I mean, it's just like the whole thing with Azrael.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, he's just a little guy. He just wanted to have a sibling again. And the whole reason and I suppose it makes sense that we put Flowey at S tier and also Azrael at S tier because they're the same fucking person.
Yeah, Flowey is just Azrael without a soul.
But the whole reason Azrael's doing everything is because he just wants somebody to play with again. Like, he wants his sibling back. He wants his parents back.
Yeah.
All right, next on this list, Kara.
S. Kara's S tier.
S tier.
Kara's a scary motherfucker.
Mainly because I love, like, at the end of the genocide route, you run into Kara, who's talking, well, to your character, but also to you, like the player or whatever, and basically sees all the stuff you've done on the genocide route, you know, killing everyone, and basically tells you, like, hey, we can control this world, we can take over this world. And I've loved that if you refuse Kara, her eyes get big, and one of the things she says is, or they say is, since when were you the one in control? Jump scares you and then kills you.
And, like, for how cutesy and pixelated Undertale is, it actually is a legit, like, jump scare. But also, I love that my favorite thing about Kara is that their soul is so deteriorated that when they hate humanity and monsters so desperately that when you play as Kara and you don't start out a genocide run as Kara, you just kind of morph into that character as time goes on. But when you meet Asgore, he turns around and says, "I'm sorry, what kind of monster are you?" A demon.
Right. Like, I love that detail
Plot
too.
twist,
In genocide,
Kara's a demon.
In the genocide route, a lot of people don't even recognize you as a human.
Right. Because Kara's a demon.
And a lot of them don't even recognize you as a monster. They're just like, what even are you? Like, what thing are you?
Because Asgore recognizes Frisk immediately as human.
Exactly. All right, to wrap more of this up, let's do some Deltarune characters as well.
So I had a
some
thought.
Yes.
Do we want to make this a two-parter since there's hella characters?
Well, there's only a few Deltarune characters I would go through.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not going to go through every single one of these, and also the rest of this list is from a fan game. Well, some of these are.
Well, I didn't play Deltarune, so I won't have high opinions.
There's one more character from Undertale that I'll get into before we talk about Deltarune characters.
Is it who I think?
It might be. And that is W.D. Gaster.
Yes! S tier.
S tier?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the thing. I'm willing to put it S tier too, mainly because there's so much we don't know
Gaster
about
is
Gaster.
such a delightful mystery.
And I just love diving into the mystery of W.D. Gaster.
One day I want Toby Fox to come out and just be like, yeah, he's actually not anything. It's just a character I scrapped.
Yeah, he's just some dude.
He's just a character I scrapped and you guys ran wild with it. Like, that would be the funniest fucking shit to me ever.
Jokes on you, assholes.
Be like, yeah, I just forgot to delete some of the files, but he was just a scrap character. Like, if W.D. Gaster was an entity and then Toby Fox was like, actually, I think I want to do a Sans and Papyrus instead. Like, that would have been fucking funny.
Yeah.
And that would be exactly the type of shit he would do, too.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11. So there's 11 more characters I want to go through, and they're all from Deltarune.
I had never played Deltarune, so I'm not going to have...
Okay, then we'll end the episode there.
Well, no, I mean, you can go through them. I'm just not going to have strong opinions.
All right.
I might have a strong opinion about one or two of them.
All right, so first off, Chris.
I don't know much about which way Chris is going to swing, so I'm going to say B.
You say B.
Because
You know
I
what?
feel
That's
like
fair.
I feel like Chris is the culmination of Kara and Frisk.
Yeah, there's so much more mystery
And they're
behind
trying
like
to
what is
fight.
going to happen with Chris.
Yeah.
Like obviously you can put them on the path of right or whatever, but also they're also the reason behind like why portals are opening up to the dark world too.
Well, and they rip their heart out and throw it in a cage, so like that can't be great.
Next on here, Susie.
I'll put Susie at B too.
Susie at B.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because she's just a girl trying to survive. How she's the ultimate bully at the beginning, but then actually becomes your friend. Like
she's misunderstood
later in the chapter.
But she also is just kind of violent for the sake of being violent.
Next on here, Noelle, the bestest girl.
A tier.
A tier. Now I actually have a strong opinion for putting her at A tier too. Mainly because I love the Snowgrave route in Deltarune, where you can basically control her, and you end up kind of taking over her mind and making her kill or freeze all these characters, like all these other monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like Chapter 2's genocide route.
Which is a cool concept.
And next on this, Birdly.
Birdly is solid C.
A solid C.
Birdly reminds me of a Fedora kid.
Because he's the video game equivalent of, actually...
M'lady. Yeah.
M'lady. Like, he's definitely on Reddit.
My man has at least one Fedora. I know that for certain.
At least 3 accounts on Reddit. 1 main and 2 alternates.
I was going to say, at least one of them is labeled troll account.
Next on here, I'm skipping over some, like, just minor characters in Deltarune because I don't have strong opinions on them. Rousey.
All praise the fluffy boys.
All praise the fluffy boy. S tier.
Yeah.
Rousey is 100% S tier because he's a little fluffy boy.
He's just a little fluffy guy.
He's just a little fluffy guy. Lancer.
I actually love Lancer.
You actually love it. I do too.
I put him at A or S.
He's also just a little guy.
He's so funny. He tries
A-tier.
so hard to be a badass, and he's just not.
A tier for sure.
He's a soft, squishy boy.
Next one, Rules Card. Now, there's one line of dialogue that's making me put him at A tier. So there's a part, I believe it's in, I can't remember if it's in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2 of Deltarune, but you're going through this castle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's in Chapter 1. You're going through this castle and you come across some rooms where he tries to stop you with some puzzles, and it's just simple pushing a block, onto a switch.
Mm-hmm.
But at first he's just like, "Ha, thou shalt never solve my puzzle," and you just push a block over, and one of the rooms he's just like, "God damn it."
That's iconic, actually. God damn it.
God damn it.
How did you get in? The fortress is impenetrable.
The front door was open. Son of a bitch. Ooh. Next one, probably one of my other... Oh, actually, I forgot some. I'm just going to real quick put these. Jevil, C tier, because he's an optional boss. The King from Chapter 1, D tier, because he's a fuck and a half.
Because he's a dick.
Now, next one, the Queen from Deltarune Chapter 2.
I kind of love her. Yeah, she's kind of iconic. I just want to put out there, all of my Deltarune based knowledge is watching Jacksepticeye play the game.
So what's funny, my favorite dialogue probably from the Queen is like she mentions something or whatever, and she's like something like anti-Vidians on thy bosom, and I think Susie is the one that questioned it. She's just like bosom, and then the Queen is like, "It means titty."
It means titty.
Oh, I know. The Queen is the best. Last character in here that I wanted to touch on is Spamton.
I remember him being, and I know he's supposed to be, but I remember him being super fucking annoying.
I'm going to put him at B tier because there's a lot more to Spamton, and he's actually the final hurdle in the Snowgrave route.
And I feel like some of the dialogue he has is pretty amusing too.
Like, he's just like, I don't want to say he's a robot, but he like has random bits of dialogue or like computer jargon in his dialogue. And it's just, I don't know. There's a lot more to Spamton than he leads on. So I'm going to put him at B tier. But I think with that, that'll be our list.
It's a hefty list.
It's
I love
definitely a
how
hefty
there's
list.
one F character and it's
And
fucking
it's Jerry.
Jerry. Jerry didn't do nothing to nobody. He's just annoying.
he's just trying to exist, and everybody's just like, hey,
Let's
fuck
ditch
you.
Jerry.
Wow, this is almost an hour-long episode. And this is obviously before I edit everything. But, are you happy with where we put everybody?
Yes.
Are you willing to play Undertale again after this?
Yes.
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 And also, mainly because I can't play Undertale currently until you finish your playthrough.
Yeah, bitch.
But yeah, I'm happy with that. If you guys would put the Undertale characters, first of all, if you know Undertale, I'm glad you stuck with us this long. And if you don't know Undertale, then I'm sorry if you were confused during this episode. But definitely check out Undertale and Deltarune if you want to find out what we're talking about and gather your own opinions on each of these characters. We kind of went into this with the assumption that if you know Undertale, you know what we're talking about. But yeah, where would you guys rank these? Let us know on socials. But I think with that, we're gonna call it an episode here. Drink your water, do positive things out there, fill yourself with determination one way or another. I don't care how, just do it safely and don't put somebody's eye out with it. I've been Cameron.
I've been Kate.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Nerds
Nerds
out.
out.